column has got the Super Bowl champs hanging around, hanging tight, and of course the same record shared by the Redskins, who are really on a sort of downswing following the injury to Alex Smith. Several injuries banged up to that team. Amari Cooper ballin'.
Amari Cooper ballin' indeed. You know, I'm looking at Amari Cooper, and it reminds me of us now versus us when we first started this show.
Okay, let's make it about.
You remember this the first time we showed up and we did Good Morning Football. It was very awkward. It was, hi, welcome to the football show. I'm Nate, and these are my friends. We're going to talk football.
We've known each other 48 hours. These are my friends.
Throw them on TV. A little awkward, to say the least. The first week Amari gets there, they lose that game, but you got to imagine, that was his first day on the job, and they throw him out there, say, make a few plays. I remember talking over the last couple of weeks, just give it time. Please give it time, because if you give a receiver like this time with Scott Linehan and the surrounding pieces, he's going to become more comfortable. And on top of that, you're going to game plan to get him more involved. There's times when Scott Linehan will walk up to me before the game and say, Nate, the matchup favors you. So I'm going to feed you the ball at least 15 times. I expect you to give me $150. Let's get busy. And we saw that yesterday. There were some scheme things that he did that were great, and there were some athletic things that Amari Cooper did that was amazing. I mean, he was actually putting guys on their ankles in the middle of the game. So for me, it's about Amari Cooper getting comfortable with this offense. Imagine what he's going to do 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
And what he's going to do in the postseason. That's right, I said in the postseason.
It's as if they needed a #1 wide receiver all along, Schrag. Right. Sort of wild. I've been talking about how they look more and more like the 2016 team, relying on the run. They look better than that because the defense is better and they have an explosive #1 wide receiver. And the reason I think Amari is able to make those big plays is because they keep giving the ball to Zeke Elliott, which is what I wanted to see in this game. Round 2 of Zeke up against what was a stout run defense. It didn't really work out that way. They gave him the ball more than 30 times. He's averaging 28.7 touches and scored 4 touchdowns over this 3-game win streak. So the fact that they're giving him the ball, reverting to that O-line healthy, altogether, this team looks like they have what it takes to make a run.
They do. They're hot. And Dak and Zeke were great. I think, though, we have almost a gravitational pull towards talking about the Cowboys offense and us and America, and it goes back to childhood. Talking about the Cowboys defense is like Emily Ratajkowski's acting, you know, or like Joe Manganiello's cooking, which I understand is very good, but you're distracted by the lead. However, that cooking and that acting for the Cowboys are great, guys. They're really good. If you want to go back to childhood, Leighton Vander Esch is now your Ken Norton. DeMarcus Lawrence is your Charles Haley. Aikman was on the air yesterday. He's saying Leighton Vander Esch is a superstar in the making. 6'5", runs a 4.6, a monster. I love Dak and Zeke too, don't get me wrong, but the defense, and we'll see next week against Drew Brees, that dude is an animal. He's absolutely incredible. The defense is undervalued. I love them right now.
I'm just amazed at what a difference 12 days can make. That is the span of this 3-game winning streak. 12 days, not 2 weeks. 12 days, they've won 3 games. Like you said, Zeke has been carrying the rock. A crazy man. He's got over 500 yards from scrimmage, in 12 days. And I look back at what Jerry Jones said after that Monday night loss to the Titans, that we all were fleeing that bandwagon. We were all up. Jerry Jones says, Dak is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. He's young, and he's going to get extended. That was 12 days ago, and we laughed, and we mocked, and we criticized, and we said, how can you do that? They look like one of the best teams in football right now. 12 days later, what a difference it can make. And the Cowboys, they're off and running. They look like the 2016 version. They might be better because they're 3 years older, 3 years wiser, and 3 years better than they were that version. They're ready to take on anyone in that building. Wild card round, whoever's coming, watch out. They don't lose at home anymore, and they look darn good there.
Better defense. You have Amari Cooper in the mix. They look good, and especially at a time where the Redskins do not look nearly as good as they